Ah, shit. Here we go again.
We got the spaghetti. Hype's okay. And we're back in the jungle.
It was
we're
pretty
gonna
good
be in the jungle
spaghetti,
for a
actually.
Oh, that's cool. What do you usually... Do you get Parmesan cheese in your spaghetti?
I did this time, yeah.
By default, I usually have Parmesan cheese.
I always make my own sauce with meatballs in it, usually. Or some kind of meat. And then put Parmesan cheese on top of that.
That's nice. I know people might consider this heresy, but 8 times out of 10, I don't usually like to put meat in my spaghetti.
Huh.
And to each their own.
I mean, I've heard of some people who prefer like a tomato sauce, but I've always been like more partial to the meat sauce.
I always make the tomato sauce and then put meat into it.
Oh,
I love that just like that Sun Hop is like, yay, tomatoes!
Darn. Oh, and this is actually a cool thing you can do in this game is you can run around and you can still. You don't have to always be aiming. You can fire from the hip and run behind you. Your aim just won't be as good, but.
By the way, I will say.
Oh,
yeah, he's right behind you.
By the way,
I see it now.
I will say, guys with shotguns, especially in the later games, are the worst fucking enemies.
Really, they're really tough.
They not only are tough, they do the most damage, obviously.
But there he is.
Hang on.
I'd just like to give a reminder that man was clearly shooting at nothing.
And I'd like to remind you that man over there.
Bullets, good sir.
Cheery.
Oh, bones. Remains.
I love how Cheery said cheery.
Kind of reminds me of my friend Laura. Wonder how she's doing.
I don't know actually.
Meanwhile, in Japan.
Yeah, she's not doing too well.
Actually, while I was thinking of like when he saw the skeletons, it's like cheery. It's like, do you have any live people? No, only dead ones.
Oh, that's right.
Where's that from?
Madagascar. King Julian's
yeah.
they're right up there, and it just shows like a hanging guy from a parachute who died.
Look at it.
That guy didn't really die from the gunshot. He
took a shot and
he threw himself off the fucking waterfall. He didn't even fall. He legitimately threw himself.
Jumped. Yeah, no, yeah. And I didn't even shoot him in the head.
I'm sorry, real quick, guys. The dumbest thought just came to my mind. Like, every time you actually shoot one of these guys and they fall down to their doom, are you guys familiar with, like, the biggest overreaction to a gunshot ever in a movie?
Oh,
I've heard of it.
I think I've seen it, yeah.
What was it from? What movie?
I forget what it was called, but it was some old 70s movie where, like, this guy with a sweater, and, well, this girl keeps on shooting him, and he always goes, or something along those lines.
Okay, you know what?
I need to watch that, yeah.
Not for nothing, I thought you were about to fit in the stupid thing we were talking about before this video.
No. Laid that, nah.
And they even
let's keep our minds intact before we
Although I did see something really funny that someone did where they modded, hey, a red barrel. You guys really shouldn't carry... Did you have to carry that with you guys? Could you have not dropped that off?
What's in those red barrels anyway?
I love how the horn's still going off.
Gunpowder nitroglyceride.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Explosive.
Actually,
stuff.
can we just say nitro? It's the same stuff in Crash. Let's just say it's the same nitro.
Yeah, it's Naughty. Yeah, it's Naughty Dog. We can say
but nitros are green though.
Shut up.
Okay, then TNT.
Yeah, that
Let's
works.
see if I can get this guy to jump too. And whee!
Yeah. He doesn't fall. He just tosses himself
He did a flip.
off.
I'm
Seriously, talk about an overreaction, dude. I mean, I understand getting shot is nothing to scoff at, but still.
Nathan holds up a card that says 8 out of 10.
At this point, I'm just convinced that he just jumped because screw it. I'd rather die than have to deal with this fucking bullet in my chest.
Actually, you know what? Now I have this gag in my head where it's like Nathan does like the 8 out of 10.
There's a flash down there.
I see it. Oh no! Come on, drop down. I see it. There it is.
There you go. Anyway, for some reason I have the gag in my head where it's like,
Nice.
Nathan does the 8 out of 10, then you see Sully, he holds up his card, but he doesn't like hold it with his hand, he just holds a cigar, and the cigar is holding the card.
And it just burns up the card.
Ouch. And he's like, yeah, you wouldn't have liked it anyway.
How's that old codger doing anyway? I mean, aside from being dead.
I'm sure he's doing pretty well. You know, all things considered. Okay, there's the plane crash. We finally got to it.
You know, for such a
it's
big...
kind of a shame that... oh, sorry, go ahead.
For supposedly such a big explosion, Where's the... You know what? Where'd the plane go?
Okay, half it's over there, half it's over there, another half's over there.
Let's see. Part of you there, part of you there, part of you way over there.
I just realized the design of the plane makes me think back to, careful men, I hear reports that there's a giant ape in a necktie roaming the premises. Be on your guard.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does look like from freaking...
It does, that's the sad thing.
By the way, really quick, I'm not a big fan of Jeff Dunham, but one of my favorite jokes he ever done is Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. And it goes like, my wife doesn't talk to me. Why is that? Well, I once took our son to take your child to work day. She comes in and goes, "Where's our son?" And I go, over there, and up there.
Oh.
No, see, one of my favorite jokes was the whole thing of talking about how he was the bomb. Which, by the way, Jeff Dunham, in retrospect, a lot of his humor is kind of, meh.
Yeah.
It plays off of stereotypes.
Yeah.
But like, I think Peanut is fine. I think Walter's fine. I think sometimes even Jose Jalapeno on a stick is okay. I think the stuff with Bubba and I forgot the name of. It was an argument with myself, but he had a puppet that was a caricature of a black man. It was like, and he was supposed to be like. I
should know who that is.
He had, and the puppet had big lips, had a jive talking accent. It was like, just yeah. And then of course there's Ahmed. Then there's Ahmed, and there's like, there are ways to do humor for me. And anyway, regardless,
you can just argue that half of his characters were really teetered on the racist side.
Yeah.
And dated at the very least.
Yeah.
But one thing I did like about Ahmed was when you talk about how he was a suicide bomber blowing himself up, and he's like, what was the last thing that went through your mind when you were doing this?
My ass. I like, his whole thing. I like the whole thing. It goes like, did you fulfill your duty? Did you blow yourself up? Oh no, I was actually filling up gas at a gas station. I answered my cell phone. Can you hear me now?
What's the relief that this map is still intact?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a loose piece of paper. Could have gone flying out the window at any moment.
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta find my anime picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Actually, that reminded me. I'm looking that up now. What the heck that was?
Alrighty.
Anime picture in
Oh.
plane. So there's the other parachute that Elena could be at.
Well, then what are we standing around here for?
I don't know. I thought you knew.
I thought you knew.
It's like, I don't know, you're the one recording the game, huh?
Okay, who's been shooting me in the back?
Ow. There they are. Yeah, this is the part. Yeah, and at this point, I'm just gonna say right now, I skipped this entire fight.
That's fine.
Because nothing new happened. It was just people coming from the other side that time, and then you wait until that moment there where they blow up a fence to get to you, and now we can continue through the rest of the game. But just that there was at least a good 8 to 9 minutes of really like.
Would you just say that of all the things that they kind of overuse in the series, it's like the gunplay?
It could be like, well, they were clearly trying to go for an action like. I don't know.
They were going for the Indiana Jones approach, obviously.
Right.
Minus the whip.
Yeah, I'm looking this up.
Oh, okay. What am I saying? Pretty much everything along that whole genre. Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, you name it. It's pretty much here.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I mean, I get it. They wanted to branch off from their old cartoony days with Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter, but looking back on at least Jak and Daxter specifically, it's like they had a pretty nice mesh between how they handled the platforming and the gunplay, and yet here we are with a game that's just. It kind of feels like it in some places. It almost feels like it's teetering a little too much into.
Real quick, would you gentlemen know when you get to 9 minutes?
Oh, okay.
we already passed
it. Oh, that guy died from
dear.
Well, damn.
Sorry. Go to 940 hype.
Alrighty.
Anyway, we just watched the guy get impaled by a tiger trap.
Ouch.
And there we gotta get to that.
Right, 5.
Ready, hype?
4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
Thank you.
Away.
No problem.
And yeah, I'm looking at it now. I can't find the photo just by itself, but zooming in on it, it looks like it was just like a. It looks like it was just a like a pin up of a girl on a pillow with a black bikini on.
Huh. Alrighty then.
just something that Sony had on hand at the time.
And no, I'm not going to look up Uncharted Drake's Fortune pinup on Google because I know I'm not going to find the image I want to find.
Yes, of course. Knowing the internet, they've done who knows what with the poor man.
I tried looking that up, and I just found wrong images. Well, not wrong, just
wrong for me. I'm just saying, not everyone appreciates seeing a Sully pinup.
You joke about that. Someone has done it.
It's the internet. Of course someone has done it.
Someone has done it where he is wearing... Whoa!
What the hell was that?
Someone has an RPG.
Fuck.
Getting to cover.
Jesus.
That was lucky.
But yeah, you were saying?
Someone has probably done a pinup where Sully's wearing nothing but a cigar.
Someone's probably done a pinup of nothing
Think about that!
Someone's probably done a pinup of nothing but the cigar.
Just a cigar with a little tip.
I sexually identify as a cigar now, Nathan.
Yes, ladies, I am the stogie.
I guess at that point, Matt, could you say that he really is smoking?
God, you are stealing my puns. You're stealing my job, sir.
Goodness me,
You
it's
know
like
what?
you don't.
You know what? That is something that I've been noticing for the past couple of videos. That not for nothing, Matt. I've noticed you sometimes get a little pissy anytime someone steals a joke opportunity from you.
Because that's his act.
Well, it's just like
It's like my act with like my stories
The
sometimes.
thing's like not even with one of us does it. Like even when the game does it, he does it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. When Sam Max did that a couple times.
Well, Sam and Max a few times. I think there was one other game where that happened. I don't remember which one it was though.
Unfortunately,
They're stealing my job.
Well, to be fair, it's gonna go down to shit whenever we do Conquer.
Assuming he's joining for Conquer.
Also appropriate.
Oh, I
also
want to join
appropriate.
for Conquer.
Also appropriate considering the fact there is a shit level. It's for the rest of the song here. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't want copyright.
Wonder how those guys have been doing since the post Rare Was Good days.
Well, they're the people behind Platonic Games, aren't they?
I believe so. And even today, like, I think Chris ever, like, if ever there's a Conquer appearance, he'll still voice him. Like, especially for that,
That's nice.
whatever that young Conquer thing was, he still voiced him there.
That was stupid.
Yes, it
Did
was.
was it actually released? I never saw completed footage
Yeah,
of
me
it.
neither.
I think, honestly, I don't know what that whole thing was about. Like, maybe it was just, like, a tech demo, or maybe
I think it was just a tech
canceled.
demo.
I think because I only just saw it in a commercial, and I honestly would not have been surprised. But it's not tripping traps. I honestly would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if that was something where they released a tech demo and then just the sheer reaction to it just was like, abort.
We should
Also,
not
basically what happened with Thundercats Roar.
Yeah.
Wait, that never came out?
I thought it at least had a pilot out.
I have heard
don't
nothing
know,
of it
like-
since. I have heard nothing about that freaking that project since
Should be-
all the negative reactions. And I mean, from what Tars told me, apparently the guy did not take all the negativity to heart very well. So as far as we're
Well,
concerned,
I
he's
don't know
not
what
a
he
big fan.
expected.
Yeah,
I do
it's
not
like-
know what he expected when he wanted to turn Thundercats Roar into OK Go. Not OK Go, OK KO. Let's be heroes.
Yeah.
Is that any good? I hear people say it's
Oh,
supposed to be
okay.
good.
From what I haven't watched the show myself, but I remember I have played the game for it, and I mean, if it's the same thing as like the show, I would say it's really good.
The humor is fine. The art style is fine. It's just not Thundercats.
Yeah, and
Why would you try and force Thundercats
Wait,
to be?
Is it made by the same
And-
people?
No.
No.
I think the worst part though, the part that everybody should have that the guy should have taken into consideration is that the show that was canceled, even though it was canceled, it was loved. Like it was deep.
Really,
It had-
I hear stories about that one just didn't have enough viewer feedback, which is why
it
got
didn't have
canceled in the
enough
first
viewer
place.
feedback because, well, even then, something can not have much viewer feedback but still be good. Look at
Well,
Firefly.
no, I mean, I'm just
Look at Firefly.
right. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to say, from what I heard, that was unfortunately the reason why it got canceled in the first place. It
I
wasn't
think that was
the
just. I
studio
think that was
didn't-
just Cartoon Network's excuse. Kind of like the same reason why they canceled Symbiote Titans so early.
Symbiote Time, which
Yeah.
I've seen a good chunk of that with my brother, and it is a pretty good show.
I wish they
will
finished
say
it.
I don't I will say, for people that have a hard time getting into it, I don't blame them, because I think it's probably one of Gendy's most abstract shows.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the whole thing with the Thundercats Go, just
Roar,
or Roar, whatever. That whole thing with like the 2012/11 show, that had so much production and love put into it to make a story that was pretty campy in the 80s something actually cool and badass and well done, with animation legitimately done by an anime company.
And now we have this awkward
Celsius.
And now we have this awkward moment where Thunder Lolcats was a more legitimate, genuine, like, iteration of the Thundercats.
It's
than
as
that
if
show was
Cartoon
looking
Network
out
was
to
really
be.
trying to ride high on the quote unquote success of Teen Titans Go, and just
you know
roasting for
what?
like future shows to come.
You know what's also kind of sad is that, like, you know, barring how the scripts could have been, barring how the writing would have been, they had some pretty good voice actors on standby for it, like Max Millman, Chris J. Alex. Like, they had some heavy hitters on board with voicing the characters.
To be fair, they did have a lot of heavy voice fantastic voice actors in the 2012 show as well.
I know, I was
So
just
I will
saying
say-
that, like, in the case of Roar, it's a shame that potentially those actors would have been wasted.
As for the whole Teen Titans Go thing, yes, the Cartoon Network, it's amazing it's amazing how successful a show can be when you make 80% of the broadcasting be of that show and only that show. Then suddenly you're right. It's incredible how successful that and how insanely popular that show is when it's the only show you make.
You know what's even more sad is that, considering that you have the movie and the movie is actually not that bad, that's probably not going to help things.
The only thing I didn't like about the movie is that I'm surprised with how sick it actually got. Like, I know it was played up for laughs, and when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it is funny, but how incredibly lighthearted they played the murder of Batman's parents.
Oh yeah, they go back in time to prevent it so that they could be the heroes. Then they realize, oh crap, these guys need to exist because we're not really good at our job. So they actually went forth and reinforced the murder of Batman's parents, and even gave
hang on.
the pearl
Secret-
necklace. Oh, sorry.
A strange relic.
Yep, this is our little Easter egg.
Literally.
Pun not intended, actually.
It's a precursor orb.
Yep.
Yep. And thus, Jack and Daxter is canon in our universe.
Kind of.
Thanks, Naughty
but
Dog.
yeah, every single game has different relics except for that. That is the one relic that is constant throughout all games.
And I will try to go, and I'll try and find every one of them in each game. But yep, that's a little nod there, which I appreciate.
Sweet.
Now, I would have loved if one of these relics was a golden statue or a little golden amulet that was shaped like Aku Aku. Just saying,
That would have been nice.
that would have been fun. But
Or
in
at
any
the very
case,
least, a time relic.
but yeah, and
That's
but
also
yeah,
good.
and-
I mean, technically, Onks are a
that would
thing.
have worked. Yeah, that could work. But yeah, but just saying that. Yeah, that's what they do. Raven puts even more jewelry on Batman's mother, and then then the bad guys are in an alleyway, and Robin literally pushes them into the alleyway. You hear boom, and then he just gives a thumbs up to everybody else, like yeah.
That is dark.
It
Yeah.
really.
I mean,
I'll find
in
you
the
the
grand
gift
scheme of
later and
things,
show it to you.
they did the right thing by restoring the timeline, but at the same time, that's
Did they have
yeah.
to be so peachy about? No, again,
I
I'll
know.
find you. I'll find you the gift later, Matt. It's.
By the way, one more thing about that movie. I will say, it does have the best pre-death... It is... I find it funny that the last cameo Stan Lee did before his death was a DC movie.
A DC movie, yeah.
I was seeing a DC movie.
Oh, they were joking.
Yeah.
It was a joke about how he keeps appearing in a bunch of Marvel films. And he's like, wait, this isn't a Marvel film. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, he just goes, "Hey there, it's Stan Lee," and it is legitimately Stan Lee,
Right.
doing the voice. He goes, "Hey, Stan Lee here, doing my subtle cameo." Mr. Lee, this is a DC movie? Oh no, I gotta get out of here. And then he shows,
that's cute.
up later in this wacky chase scene, and it goes like, Stan Lee, I don't care if it's a DC movie. I love cameos.
Oh, that is cute. I mean, has DC? Oh, there you are.
Oh.
Don't scare me like that. Jeez,
Fuck!
it spooked me. I just punched his head into a wall.
Anyway, where were you at?
You all right, Matt?
That was hilarious.
Just he spooked me. I told him, don't sneak up behind me. Don't sneak up behind me. I get scared.
Surprise!
Anyway, so okay, that's Steph.
If it's a good thing that Mickey doesn't take his surprise parties that hard.
Jeez.
Yeah. No,
But
he
yeah, I
just
was
gets
saying,
paralyzed.
But I was saying,
Surprise me!
has Stanley ever commented on how he feels about DC Comics?
I think a couple times.
I'm not
but
sure-
I forgot.
I was about to say he might have years ago. I don't think he's ever commented on modern DC, if that's what you mean.
Well, I just mean I could see him as the kind of guy who's not evil, not it's us versus them, but more like I like to have variety and competition.
It's just a healthy competition.
Which a lot of corporations seem to confuse with, oh, they're bullying me. Let's try and shut this whole company down.
Hey, I will say, he probably respects DC more than he probably. All right, he probably respects DC more than DC respects more than the companies themselves respect each other.
Yeah. Anyway, oh, there's Elena.
There you are.
She's sneaking around and. Well, yeah, no derb. We'll use that gate.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Huh?
Buka Pintu! Siapa ini? Bicara sekarang. Sialano! Cepatan, buka pintu!
What are you saying?
I hear your gums flapping, but I can't understand what's coming out.
No, it did not.
Oh, he's upset.
Oh boy.
This is why you don't fake it, Nathan.
What?
Nope. So join us in the next part where we're gonna learn why you shouldn't do that, Jeff Dunham. People aren't gonna like it.
For the wrong reasons. Until next time, guys.
Bye, everybody.
And don't forget my subtle cameo next episode.
Excelsior!